What's up? So today we're going to talk about a fun topic. I've talked about this many times. It's a concept that I call harmonic direction. And I've talked about it in so many of my YouTube videos. But for those who are new to it, it's this whole idea that when you're improvising, especially in jazz music, in older styles of jazz music, when you improvise, it is less about the individual chords that are being played by the rhythm section, but about knowing where you are going. And so when you know where you have to go, the chords that come before can be something unrelated to the chords that are being played by the rhythm section. And this happens a lot in older styles of jazz, as early as the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, and it still happens today. This is in stark contrast with what they teach in a lot of music schools, the whole idea about chord scales, modes, and arpeggios. Those things are fine, but it's another style. And if you're interested in this topic, I have courses on SoundSlice about harmony, where I talk about this in great detail, the history of how harmony evolved in the context of jazz music. I have a course also on developing bebop lines, if you're into that. And I don't know when this YouTube video is going to be released, probably in June or maybe July. Today is May 16th. And I'm recording a lot of videos early because in June, I'm going to be super busy. I'm going to be in the USA, I'm going to be in France and all that stuff. So I don't know if I'll have time to make videos. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. It makes such a huge difference. I have a book coming out very soon too that talks about how to visualize the fretboard and how to connect the fretboard to your ears. So please follow me on my social media, like on Instagram or on Facebook or even here on YouTube. I'll eventually announce it when it's released. And it's all related to what we're talking about here. So what I wanted to do for you was show you 10 phrases, some that I came up with, some that I took from others. I may have modified because I don't always remember how they were when they were shown to me or when I learned them. So they might be a little bit different. Don't sue me. But these 10 phrases all work over a 2-5-1 in the key of E flat. So F minor, B flat 7, E flat. But they follow unconventional pathways. That is, that they don't necessarily follow the chords being played by the rhythm section. The first phrase is an early one by Charlie Christian. He does this all the time. So in his mind, he is thinking some kind of B flat 9, or if you want, even an F minor. And by the way, you'll have all this transcribed, so I'm not going to slow this down for you. Just check out the link in the comments, the pinned comments, for the SoundSlice transcription. So he's thinking F minor 6, 9, or B flat 13. Doesn't matter what you think, they're the same. Check out my harmony course, I talk about that. And then suddenly it becomes A flat minor before resolving to the E flat. So that's something that has been used in jazz music since the beginning of jazz history, when people started to improvise. Charlie Christian used it a lot. Django Reinhardt used it a lot. Louis Armstrong used it a lot. It was very, very typical of 1930s jazz. So over the B flat 7 chord, I think some kind of A flat minor. The second phrase was taught to me by my friend Christian van Hemert. And I think he got this from a guitar player, maybe Pasquale Grosso, I'm not sure. And it outlines F minor and B flat, but it has different extensions on the B flat chord. So it's not following like the chord scale theory. So here it is. So this is very typical jazz phrase, bebop. And here it's thinking B flat 7, flat 9, that flat 9 thing. Then suddenly it becomes B flat augmented. So it's a totally different mode. But if you were to analyze that way, but instead of thinking of mode, think just in terms of voice leading. It's just going from this to this. And it lands here on the 9th. This next one, I got it from a bass player named Mateusz Nikolajewski. He was a Brazilian bass player based in the Netherlands. It goes like this. So it's kind of thinking F minor to B flat 7, I guess. And then the same thing but transposed here. It's basically doing this. It's kind of like a tritone 2-5. Wes Montgomery was quite fond of that. Gotta do it with the bend like that to be cool. You'll earn the respect of all the jazz players in the world. So the next phrase is from a famous trumpet player whose name I forget. And it's again pretty much outlining the 2-5, but again not following the chord scale convention. And then it doesn't resolve here though. So you can think of this as F minor 7. It's all voice leading and enclosures. I talk a lot about this voice leading and enclosure stuff in my bebop course on Soundslice. Check it out. Bebop lines. Next one I got from Red Garland, the pianist, for Miles Davis in the 1950s. I forget where he played this, but it's outlining the chords, but using enclosures that don't really belong in the traditional, again, chord scale relationship thing. And it goes like this. If anything, it's thinking this. F minor 7 flat 5. But you superimpose this over the regular chords. Next one I got from Joe Pass. I think he might have played this on There Will Never Be Another You. I may have changed a note or two because I don't remember exactly how he played it, but I got the idea anyway. It's thinking this chord. Then suddenly to this chord. Then to this again. I guess more like this. Then back to this. So it's going through a lot of voice leading. Next one is something that I came up on my own based on the chord progression to It Could Happen to You, where it goes. So this F minor to F sharp diminish to E flat over G or G minor, which is the same as E flat. So instead of thinking F minor to B flat, I'm thinking F minor to F sharp diminish. And that's all I'm doing. So this is how we go. The next one is a similar thing, same concept, but over here. So some kind of F minor, then this D7, which is the same as F sharp diminished. Wonderful. Next one I got from Martijn van Iedersen. You can find his awesome courses on DC Music School. That guy is the king of bebop, perfect bebop lines. And it's a concept that I got from him. I don't play it exactly the way he plays it. And he goes like this. So this is really the upper extension of F minor. So you have this F minor, and then you have this chord, which is some fancy B flat chord. I guess the name is B flat. Jesus, it's some kind of B flat chord. There we go. Let me think. You have the flat 7, you have the third, you have the 13, you have the flat 9. Okay, B flat 13, flat 9, whatever. It's all voice slidden. And then the last one, we're just playing the blues over 2-5-1. There we go. Break the rules. This whole chord scale thing is something that came in the 60s and the 70s through music schools. But if you learn jazz the way I learned, through records, from listening to a lot of older records and even contemporary musicians, you realize it's less about that than it is about voice leading, about harmony. So check out my bebop course, check out some of the players on DC Musical like Martijn van Iedersen, and check out the harmony course. There we go. My hope is that you'll try to play these phrases on a bunch of different songs that have 2-5-1s, which is practically all the songs out there, so you'll have to transpose them. Then you get your ears accustomed to these sounds, and then you try to figure out how they work, where they're coming from, so that one day you can make up your own phrases in following the same concepts. There we go. Good luck. Thank you. Bye.